style. What do you want to see? What opener do you want?
Well, for the uncle item, Tridenttail definitely doesn't want any bombs. So let's instead give him a red cane. But how about those gloves?
Gloves are nice to see right off the bat. Oh, if we get I'm hoping for hammer now, having seen those gloves. Super early Dark World. Just to open this wide up.
I do love seeing some early, Dark World access because, some players can take the gamble and it can really pay off, but you have to go in there with not many hearts and fewer safeties if you don't find any, so that can be brutal. Oh no! We got bombs.
No. Yeah, contrary to Trident's file names, the game doesn't want to help out.
Well, the game's helping out a little bit with that fairy in a bottle, so that's at least kind of nice.
It's true. It's a nice safety to have at the beginning.
And we'll be able to route the sick kid into our Kakariko visit, so that's also really convenient.
Oh yeah, because otherwise there's, no great time to do that. But right at the beginning, when you're doing those first checks, is nice.
So that glove is really interesting here early. Like, doesn't unlock a lot immediately. Obviously they have bombs to get to the back of escape, but that could help if they somehow ran out. And then it opens up Zora. It opens up Land Molus if we can get in there. But not much else. We can kind of sequence break up Death Mountain. That's out of logic.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh, Trident's having a little bit of trouble with that bomb start.
Yeah, Vulajin with a nice, combo there to kill the guard.
Yeah, there's been some pretty interesting strats developing, I guess, as the wow, that made no sense. Yeah, there's been some pretty interesting strategies that people have developed over the course of the start.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate for Tridenttail right now. Looks like Vulajin has taken out the Bloomerang chest room. Oh, there we go. Tridenttail does make it.
Excellent. I guess Trident's got to hope they find something that can do damage or more bombs on the way in there.
He needs one more bomb right now.
Yeah.
So he may just have to take the death or the reset. If you do die here, you can start back at Uncle with 10 bombs.
Totally. The other option is saving and quitting, I believe. But the death would be kind of difficult given the whole fairy that they did pick up. So what was once a boon is quite the opposite at this point. But Vulajin, had no trouble. Looks like they practiced their bomb strats. Getting some extra bombs in the prison cell on their way out.
It's a nice little safety to have. Tridenttail, you have picked up all those chests because you did save and quit, so that's the nice thing. He'll just be able to walk straight through this first room that he was having trouble with because he's already got the key. The door's unlocked. He just has to get through to get Zelda.
Absolutely. Hopefully they have better luck this time, and those bombs that they pick up, will come in handy. So,
yeah.
I guess as we're, going through the start of Escape, we've talked about, the hopes for early Dark World. Ooh. Trident getting revenge, it looks like.
He's showing us how it's done. Well done.
The redemption.
That's right.
So Vulajin's, I guess, file names were RPG. Vulajin being one of the organizers, I believe, of RPG Limit Break that's going on next week. I believe there's going to be a pretty big rando group at that, I guess, marathon.
Sounds really cool. Looking forward to seeing some pictures or whatnot.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
Nice setup there by Tridenttail this time
Oh
in
yeah.
that blue guard room. Has to be a little bit careful with the health. Hopefully he'll pick up some hearts under the pots here.
Yeah, same with Vulajin. Can't do the kamikaze strategy, I guess.
Ooh, did get a heart there. That can help. Just
That is
double
the-
checking the map.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Here.
that's the wrong place to find out what dungeons you need to beat.
He's killing every rat but the one he needs to, but there he goes.
Those 3 bombs they found coming in handy.
Seriously, he would have missed out on these few items, but since we do have the gloves, it's not too bad. Oh, do not die, Vulajin.
No, not after you made it this far. So good though, some safety hearts. You know, a map. That would have helped in the map check the room before.
Certainly. And we did give 50 rupees. We can use that to buy more bombs. Perfect.
Exciting. All bombs, all the time. Welcome to ALTTPR 2, where we are your bomb capital for this evening.
So there will be an item here in the sanctuary, likely to see Vulajin head to Kakariko, and then maybe after that go cash in that shovel he picked up.
That's not a bad time to get the shovel. You know, most people do the save and quit after Kakariko, but when you have the shovel, what would you do? Do you save it for later? Do you just get it out of the way?
I like to, route down to the race game and then just dig up whatever it is because, early on, those what we like to call Sphere 1 items, which are just available to you at the beginning of the game, like you don't need any other. I guess in theory this is a Sphere 2 item, but I mean like the items that you can collect at Sphere 1.
Yeah.
Like those are kind of good to check because there isn't all that much available to you. Like what else can you do? So, I mean, I like getting it out of the way early. I think there's higher probability typically with those items.
That makes a ton of sense. I'm the same way. It's hard to kind of leave some of those items when you're still looking for more stuff. And it's kind of on the way.
There's our bloomerang, the mushroom spot in the forest.
So I didn't see exactly what it was, but I think it was nothing, too significant on the lumberjack's ledge.
I think it was some money.
Something like that. All right. So, ooh, lovely. The Aghanim Tower, not 100% useful. It also means we aren't guaranteed the boots early.
A lot of nice safeties here early. I consider the bloomerang a safety, honestly. Just, helps you deal with nonsensical enemies that are rushing at you.
That's a good way to think about it. I am a big fan of one of the boomerangs just for if you get early access to Hera, you need something other than bombs to hit the switches.
That's totally fair, yeah. All right, 5 items in Blind's house. This is where we start to maybe see the pieces of the puzzle come together. Here in Kakariko, there's Ether.
Always nice to find. The medallions are one of those things that can just be anywhere.
I feel like Ether is also like one of those medallions that I actually do like to have because it has kind of a short cast animation. So if you do find a sword early, you can like take out all the enemies in Mini Moldorm Cave. It actually kills Gibdos in one hit. You know, it has its uses.
Oh, absolutely. I think those are strategies that I should probably pick up. Ooh, and it was 100 rupees. So, you know, well done. We got a book. What do you do? Do you do the early ped check? Actually, Vulajin hasn't even checked the map, to my knowledge, so...
Early pedestal check. I mean, we are already up here, but if they had found that in the Lost Woods, I probably would have done it. But now that you're in Kakariko, I kind of feel obligated to clean out this area.
That's fair. Maybe they'll find boots, and it'll be encouraging.
Yeah, or if we find Hammer and Moon Pearl, then coming up to that Kakariko, you know, Village of Outcast portal, then you can do a quick check then. Because, I mean, you're checking it, which is good, but that's not really what you need right now.
No, but it's nice to have the knowledge. You know, if you need hookshot. Oh, wow.
Whew. Those are some nice mitts. I mean, they gave him 2 bottles. They're kind of hinting a little bit.
2 bottles? We just need the Moon Pearl now. You don't even need the bow. But we have it. But,
yeah, how about that?
But yeah, you don't even need the hammer to get into Dark World.
The Vulajin doing like a double take, going back in the tavern. He's like, what is happening right now? We're just finding items left and right.
We still don't know whether Eastern is a crystal or not. I guess that's one of those things too where I guess a lot of the meta right now is I don't go into Eastern unless I have the bow. So this could mean a pretty early check.
Yeah, even if it's pendant, I mean, that's 3 available item locations. Yes, we don't have the lamp, but a lot of players do tend to still go in there, and it is a crystal.
It is. We had Hera and Eastern as crystals, and Desert as the blue pendant, I believe.
Yep. And we got that shovel spot check here in the Grove.
Are those the same animals from Super Metroid? I've always wondered.
Decoras and Edacoons? I don't think so. But that would be kind of a fun sprite change. Should talk to Vitor and Karkat about that.
Ooh. So Vulajin going down, doing the South Shore area. At the very least, dam. Tridenttail's, you know, going through Kakariko. Neither. So I guess going back to the, not to obsess over the pedestal, but it's one of those things where, you know, having that information early. Randomizer is all about, you know, what information you have and what information you can have over your opponent. It would be interesting to see, you know, have that information so you know, oh, I found all the items in this dungeon. Let's not finish it, as opposed to like, I might need it. It's possible time saves, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree that information is really key when it comes to Randomizer. I mean, checking tablets and stuff with that book later on might be a thing that comes into play as well.
No early Agana check, or, you know, after dam.
Well, what's interesting about that is, you know, if they decided to go over to Agana, they could actually jump into Desert, grab what's on the ledge, and, you know, collect at least whatever is in the map chest.
Oh, totally. And you find out if you potentially need boots to finish Desert. Again, one of those information is better situations, but I mean, it's hard to argue with 5 chests.
Yeah, this is completely reasonable here. And there's the bug net and the red cane. Wow.
The Moon Pearl. So what does that open up for us as Trident? Trident went right through the race game without checking beforehand, so disappointed a little by the bombs. But yeah, we've got some stuff open now.
Yeah, that's Dark World access, so we can head up to the Kakariko portal and head to Village of Outcasts. we could dip into, Skull Woods. We can't complete it. Need a fire rod and a sword in order to do that. But, just having Dark World access this early is great. And you can route down to Hype Cave or you can go into Thieves Town. A lot of options right now.
Oh, absolutely.
And this is what we wanted to see. We wanted to see that early Dark World access. So this is great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to how this, I guess, changes another bottle. Wow. They really wanted you to have those bits.
That's right. Oh, man. But this time with a B.
Bees are the best. The bee affectionately known as Beetorp.
So it looks like Vulajin might actually be going for this Village of Outcast play right away.
I like it. I still think get that information. Because as you said, now you're back here. You were saying before it's a good time without the mirror. And since I guess you won't be going to Kakariko, or the back of Skull yet, but I don't know. I guess they can beat Thieves Town with the cane.
But we might not be able to get whatever is in the big chest unless we somehow find Hammer immediately.
Oh good, I don't have to call you a witch. Yeah, that I guess lack of Hammer going into Thieves Town is always a little scary. It's not a super high percentage thing, but it's one of those if it is a thing and you don't go in there with the hammer, it's usually the last place that people will go back and check.
Agreed. Tridenttail with a really nice mini Moldorm cave there. Gotta say, like he got like the double on the left side. It was good. It was quality.
Making up for that that weird bomb miss where it didn't even hit the blue guard. Ooh, we have a map check. So
it looks like Pod and Ice are pendants, and we got Swamp and Skull as our 5-6.
Interesting. So
Ice was green.
I guess does that get rid of any items nicely for us? I guess the only thing potentially is boots. But even then, it's not necessarily safe with the GT Big Key.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there are other boots locked locations. Hey, there's a fire rod at the digging game. That is a nice find.
That's a really nice find, especially because Vulajin can just walk right back up if he so chooses, but without a sword, I wouldn't necessarily do it. But yeah, early fire rod, great thing to have. Fire source helps with some of those pesky dark rooms.
We do have some sweet fake flipper action here from Tridenttail. Doesn't quite have the cash for Zora, but I think he's hoping maybe he'll find some here in the Waterfall Fairy Cave. Since we do have the Moon Pearl, we can collect these two items.
Absolutely. Is it weird that I didn't even register that fake flippers were a thing? I'm like, oh, it's a Squirtle. It's just gonna swim. It's fine.
That is a really cute Squirtle sprite, I have to say.
Yeah, there are some Squirtles up there. The Pikachu sprite is great. There are there are a ton of great sprites developed by all the community, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely agree on that point. And we got some Hype Cave action coming up here from Vulajin. Here we go. 5 items. There is 20 rupees to start. Not so good. Got a lamp. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. So much for dark rooms.
That puts Eastern Palace fully in the logic now. And most of Pod, really, but that is a pendant.
Yeah.
Pendant Pod, man. What do you do? Do you
I
jump at it, or do you stay away?
um, I mean, I stay away. I stay away as much as I can. But I think I've told you this before. How about you? What's your feelings on a V29 pendant pod?
It's a tough one. I mean, I actually think, when you have the bow and there's 5 items in that dungeon, yes, you may only be able to collect 4 of them. That's pretty good. It's a pretty good haul. Without mirror, it gets a little annoying because, like, mirroring back to the beginning of the dungeon is just so nice there. But,
Absolutely. Especially without hammer.
yeah, but I like what Vulajin's doing here, going up the mountain, because there are a couple items you can check.
Yeah, and
And
it's
you get the save and quit point too.
yeah, and without the flute, the save and quit point is really, really nice to have. Oh, Squirtle's little shell changes color. Neat.
Got some powder up at the old man here. Can't really use that to access the magic bat just yet, but that's a nice safety.
It's also good to take out the dead rocks.
Very true.
I think if we ran a poll of, the most despised enemy, dead rocks would probably be right at the top. I can't think of anything.
Was that a flute I just saw there in Spectacle Rock Cave?
That was a flute, making that play by Vulajin all the more important.
Yeah, you might put off Death Mountain until you get the flute. That's not going to be an option.
Nope. And that gives a ton of mobility. We could get an early Mire Shed check, early Mire Medallion check. There's a whole bunch of things we can do with that.
Yeah, even if the Mire Medallion is Ether, we still have no way to actually get into Misery Mire. We do need the hookshot or the boots to get in, but it is important information, as we've been saying this whole time.
Also, leads to the Agana Desert Ledge check. Much less of an issue to flute over there than, I guess do it in any other way.
Yeah, and then he could dive into desert too. You can see what's going on there if we need those boots to finish it. But it is a pendant, so maybe not worth prioritizing. I don't know.
No, possibly not. Tridenttail grabbed the frog, so I guess locked into the blacksmith chain, or some of it, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he won't be able to go into a dungeon, but he could do some more touring around. I'm sure we'll see Hype Cave, and then maybe he'll turn in the frog. Maybe he'll do something else. I don't know.
I've seen some strange things done, like people bringing the dwarf to fight Ganon, and just silly things. Places the smith shouldn't be.
But it's hilarious when it does happen. Looks like we're gonna need some Quake.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, and Ether, not coming into play, at least for Mire right off the bat. So that's, I wouldn't say alarming, but it's not the thing you want to see.
Agreed. Looks like Tridenttail got the lamp there. Vulajin busting out that flute. Where are you going? You going to Eastern Palace in Sahasrahla? Because I feel like that's a really good place to go right now.
Oh, totally. No sword to be able to beat Moth. Fully clearable dungeon. Sounds great to me.
This could be a huge play, though, by Tridenttail with this dwarf. If this amounts to something, like, this could create a pretty big lead. I mean, Vulajin having that flute is a nice advantage right now. But it's still early.
Yeah, absolutely. And it could definitely take him places that is not going to help him.
Sahasrahla not so exciting back there. But maybe we'll have to come back after beating Ice Palace.
Yeah, that's true. Ice Palace is minor glitchable too. Probably wouldn't advise it, but you know, it's a thing that can be done.
Probably not a priority right now when we don't have the hammer. But we do have a way in. We have the fire rod.
Hey, if people want to be gung-ho about Ice Palace, who are we to stand in their way?
Oh, I'd love to see it. That would be fantastic. Maybe hammer is in Ice Palace.
Oh, that's always the most frustrating.
This is one of the last things you're gonna do, and this is Pendant Ice Palace on top of that.
Yep, it's like just as bad as Hookshot being in Swamp.
Exactly. So it looks like Tridenttail's gonna follow here, jumping over to Sahasrahla and probably into Eastern, because it's all in logic. It's 3 items. Sure, we got a red rupee as our first one, but still more stuff here, and it's a crystal. Gonna get our first crystal. So exciting.
You know, a crystal at approximately 30 minutes isn't a bad thing. It's always hard to tell, you know, if you're doing well or not with Rando, but at least you know the seed isn't too unkind in the beginning.
I think the important thing kind of early on is just to be making good progress. Like, you just want to be checking things efficiently and, like, on the way, like, you know, doing Sahasrahla and then Eastern and just knocking all that out. You don't have to come back here. You know, I guess maybe you have to come back to Sahasrahla, but you don't really want to do that. But it's good. It's high density. It's kind of where you want to be.
Totally. Yeah, no, I guess item density with the logic approaching total randomization. High density is kind of the stat that matters. Locations per minute, I don't know. There's no official stat. This isn't baseball. But one day, when we've got a full stats team dedicated to, you know, the meta of Rando, I think it'll be up there.
One day. I have a feeling there's some people who are actually doing that right now.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. All of the information is posted, if people are curious. Yeah, it's definitely, they do run, you know, a whole batch. And people can check that out. You know, it's in the Randomizer Discord.
Vanilla Big Key, not going to be skipping that one.
Both of them did pretty well in the, you know, I guess Stalfos room.
I want to say that leaves Armos Knights with our final item here.
Good thing it's a crystal.
Both these guys are actually just shy of Zora money. I know Tridenttail already went up there, but Zora is also in the logic right now. Maybe hitting up that rupee room could have been good, but, you know, maybe you'll find 30 rupees along the way.
Yeah, and at the very least, I guess Houlihan isn't out of the question at this point.
Oh, that's true.
You know, either... Wow, that was a pretty nice room by Vulajin.
Yeah, I love these red cane strats.
Oh, they're great. I think, you know, nothing is more satisfying than red cane strats when you're able to just, like, take out 4 guys at once. It's lovely.
Oh, and there's all the money he needed. No worries.
Fortunately, not getting the quick kill.
That was quick enough, though. That was
absolutely great.
That was quite fine, yeah. But yeah, the beginning of that fight kind of got away from him.
Totally. I mean, all of these fights definitely are harder than our runners make them look.
Uh-oh, Tridenttail having a little trouble getting chased around by these Igors. They are relentless. There we go.
Making it through. At least they had, you know, the lamp, and if not the fire rod. That is a scary dark room.
Oh, it's terrifying. But yeah, thankfully we have all of the fire sources we need. Vulajin might be making the play into Thieves here soon.
Yeah, there's not a ton left at this point. I guess in logic, anyways.
Yeah, we've got this dungeon, Thieves Town. We've got some of Skull Woods, or most of it, really. We just can't get to Mothula. And then we've got Palace of Darkness, and then Zora. We can't get to Palace of Darkness. Never mind. Logically.
Yeah, missing flippers or a hammer at this point.
Well, there's our first sword.
That's
right there
nice.
in Thieves.
So I guess you're kind of presented, when you find the sword right at the beginning of Thieves, you're kind of presented with an opportunity to leave, to go to Skull Woods and hopefully find that hammer. But yeah, it's a tough call, I guess, to walk right out, right?
Yeah, I think it is, especially when you are walking. You know, we don't have those boots, so, you know, it might be just nice to finish this while you're here, but then you risk leaving that big chest behind. It's a tough call, but I would probably see it through, and I think that's what Vulajin's doing here.
Totally. I guess while we were talking about Thieves Town, Tridenttail had an excellent fight against the Armos Knights. Getting that quick kill. The one, I guess the difference being, you know, that first, or the top Armos Knight taking that, I guess, the first kill, as opposed to the one on the top right. But again, yeah, both runners got pretty quick kills from that.
But it looks like we're going to get a major route divergence here. Tridenttail looks to be heading to desert area, so probably going to check out that Agena cave. Going to check out what's on the desert ledge and what's inside desert. We'll see if it's boot locked, but this is a pendant, so this could be something maybe that Vulajin could avoid.
Yeah, we'll find out. It'll, you know, add to our no mode. It is interesting, though, going to desert over Death Mountain at this point. I guess of the two choices, right? Or again, going to Thieves Town. So of the choices, it's always interesting to see how runners route.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, Thieves Town has 4 items, but you don't have that hammer. Oh! Flippers! And Agena.
That is huge. That is huge. That opens Ice Palace to the logic. So, you know, we got another pendant dungeon that we can go into. That opens Pod, as we were just discussing.
A lot of pendants open right now.
Yeah.
Interestingly.
I guess it kind of is even more... I'd be even more worried having that book right now. Being able to check and be like, as soon as I get back to Kakariko, like, cool, time to check the pedestal. I have access to all of these places already.
Yeah, we do need the hammer to actually finish Pod and Ice Palace.
Totally.
And we may need boots. We're about to find out for Desert Palace here.
Nice use of the fire rod there on Trident's side. Ooh. And I just saw something not so fun on Vulajin's.
Yep, he does have that small key, but does not have the hammer. So may have to come back for that big chest.
Good start to blind so far. Some pretty good use of the fire rod on Trident's side.
We are not boot locked here in desert. This is
Interesting.
clearable.
Chat initially calling for the hammer on blind. No, I've never actually seen that. I assume it's possible in the logic, but I've never actually seen that. Is that
It
a
is.
thing?
It is a thing. Very, very rarely happens, but it is a thing. Only a map on the torch in desert, so this is fully clearable. You can get all the items. This dip over to the desert area has already paid off though, with the flippers. I think there's an item at Land Molus, but doesn't look like Tridenttail's too interested in that. You did find map and compass.
Then yeah, no, I guess there would be then.
You might be seeing Tridenttail headed back to the Zora area with those flippers, try to press that advantage. Or maybe this is the Ice Palace play. That would be an intense play to make this early.
Still could go either way. Vulajin finding half magic in the meantime, which is a really nice thing to find pre-Mothula with the fighter sword.
Oh, that's beautiful, yeah.
It's going to make that fight a whole lot easier. Still one item left in Skull. But as Vulajin makes his way to the back of Skull Woods, Tridenttail is going to go for Ice Rod Cave, which I think it was a heart or something like that, or maybe even bombs. Can't remember at this moment.
Not too exciting. Either way. But this might lead him to Zora after this. Oh, it's the bottle. That's right.
Right. How could I forget the bee?
They're just all over the place. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
We're forgetting. There's just bottles everywhere.
There's no recycling program in the land of Hyrule.
Well, you recycle what's in the bottle, at least.
It's true.
I guess that's not really recycling. That's just consuming over and over. But we'll just call it that.
Yeah. We'll give Hyrule the benefit of the doubt. There's only 4 bottles because the rest are recycled. So you did call it. Tridenttail is going back to check that final item at Zora. Good time to do it. Is totally in the logic, but much faster now that you can swim there.
Oh, the hook shot on the ledge! Wow.
They must have seen that before because I totally missed it. Wow.
Oh, do you think he peeked up there? I thought he saved and quit before looking.
He totally might have, but either way, that's significant. That is very significant. That opens, I guess, the delay on going up Death Mountain is huge. There's so much to check now.
It's insane, and you'll get that flute now, so that is a big deal.
Yeah.
And that is like an item chain. You really have to just follow the logic there, and I'm guessing that Desert isn't going to be looking too attractive, but Vulajin hasn't really been finding progression, so he may be forced into doing this.
Absolutely. I guess it's just a matter of whether Vulajin fake flippers first or goes over to check the stuff at Desert. Did find the second item on a very nice Mothula kill. Just 20 rupees. Picking up...
half magic coming in handy, for sure.
So I guess we're kind of at an interesting point because Vulajin's got 3 crystals. One of which is the, first red crystal. But Tridenttail's got flippers and hookshot, heading up to get the flute, which is still one benefit that Vulajin has. So, 40 minutes in, we still have no idea who's winning, right?
Yeah, but it's looking like Vulajin is making this play into Desert now, and as long as he checks Agina, things are going to go well for him. And he may even go all the way to Landmo and then check Agina afterwards.
Yeah, that's the tough, I guess, play, because if you can't find something on, let's say, hammers on Landmo, there's the excitement always leads potentially to forgetting to check somewhere. And I don't wish this upon Vulajin at all when I say this, but I'm more saying I hope it doesn't happen, right? It's very easy to get distracted by, well, I guess something shiny in Randomizer.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting because it might be like bad for Vulajin, but it's also bad for Tridenttail because he didn't get the hammer, while he was there. So I don't know. I don't know how that would shake out. Might be kind of interesting to see.
It's true. I guess another major route diversion if that happens.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Tridenttail with flute in hand. Probably going to be busting out the hook shot, going to be checking that East Death Mountain. We can do Light World, and then we can do Dark World, and collect a ton of items. There's a lot of items right here. I think it's like 14 available items.
7 in Paradox Cave, 1 in Spiral Cave, and then, yeah, another 14 items, as you said. Good maths.
And we can even peek at what's on the floating island up there and see what's required for Turtle Rock while we're at it. So, a lot to do here. Can't even get into Turtle Rock, though. We don't have the hammer. But maybe that's up here.
Could be in one of these 14 chests. So, just to give a quick recap for those that might be joining a little late. So far, we have Vulajin with 3 crystals, Tridenttail with 1 crystal. The major difference is that Flippers was in Agina's cave, or Agina, and that led to hookshot on the Zora ledge. Vulajin found a sword in Thieves Town, but missed the item that was in the big chest because they didn't have the hammer. As we just saw, Tridenttail picked up the mirror on Death Mountain. That'll help out too. That's potentially the hookshot cave ledge or the floating island item as well.
And that gives us full access. Oh, just kidding. That gives us access to the first chest in Swamp. Not completely Swamp. We need a hammer for that.
That's true.
But now we have Bombo's tablet that we can look at. Gives us access to Tower of Hera. We can go up there, although Tridenttail doesn't have a weapon to kill Moldorm. Another good use of half magic here. Blowing up Landmo, getting $300 for the effort. And a blue pendant.
It's not a hammer, but it's not the worst. It's not the single arrow nobody wants to see.
What do you mean no one wants to see? I want to see that.
I meant as a runner.
What are you talking about? Just kidding. You're like, please.
No, I was freaking out because I just saw Vulajin almost skip Agina's cave.
Almost. Hey, there's the single arrow in the single cave. Got him.
Wasn't planned. Vulajin having some difficulties picking what they want to do.
He might be legitimately not sure if he has any other options. I think Agina's cave or Agina, we don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, is the answer, and I think he's figured it out. Maybe. No, just kidding.
Oh, I
Is he gonna
terrible.
fake Flipper into ice?
Fake Flipper into ice, or...
Oh, he hasn't done any of this, though.
No, he hasn't done any of it. Ooh. Cane of Berna in Super Bunny Cave. Yeah. This could be incredibly frustrating. So I guess Vulajin might have been, oh, I should go to Agana. That's why I'll fly back to Desert. And it's like, no, I'll check Zora.
It's gonna be a really unfortunate visit there. You'll see that. Oh no!
Ooh.
You might have a fairy.
We did find out that Ether is useful to get into Turtle Rock.
Oh right, fairies don't revive you when you fake flipper.
No, but at least it doesn't soft lock you anymore.
That's very important.
Come on, Villa. Go to
6.
what?
A lot of love over in Hookshot Cave, including the Sankheart.
But aside from the mirror, I guess, and the mirror is a big thing, not a ton of progression. So no hammer yet, which is good for Vulajin. Still looking for more. No sword on Trident side. So still can't take out Moldorm.
I think he's doing all the save and quit stuff now. He's going to save and quit with the dwarf, and then he's going to go get the purple chest and save and quit with that. That's his plan.
And then maybe Agana?
I hope so. I feel like he's forgotten about it, though, because he fluted to Desert and then just, like, left immediately. I hope not, but I think that might be what's happening here.
Yeah, that... I feel very bad. I feel like I cursed him right as I was saying that. It's like, hey, don't go in. Ugh. Now I feel bad.
Cursed Tridenttail with that single arrow, too.
Yeah. But the single arrow is less of a curse and
That's true.
more of the means to fight Ganon at the end, right?
Means or meme? I don't know. But, looks like we gotta do some basement strats here in Hera. Vulajin stretching, trying to get whatever he can. But we know that an important item is sitting in Aghanis Cave in the desert. Gotta get there.
I hope he did not forget, and this is all part of that. I'm gonna route purple chest in, then I'll walk over to Agana.
That'll be the perfect time to do it. You'll be in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. Trident gets to use that lovely new mirror to go back to the beginning of the dungeon after Basement of Hera. That walk back is always, I guess, kind of frustrating. I don't know about you, but I always forget to hit the switches where I need to.
I do on occasion, yeah. Yeah, Fire Rod not gonna work on those beetles. Knocking them into the pit or, yeah, using one of these canes will work pretty well. Alright, moment of truth for Vulajin. Will he either get progression in this purple chest, or will he, and afterwards, will he walk over to Agana?
Looting it away again, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. He's going back to do fake flippers, it looks like.
He certainly is. Which, he's on the right track. Like, I'll give him that. You wanna be swimming right now. Unfortunately for Tridenttail, he does not have a weapon yet to defeat Moldorm. He's gonna check this big chest, but if there is no hammer or sword, he's gonna have to leave. It's just the compass.
Yes, Trident. Looks like they're about to... They're...
I think he just realized the situation.
Ooh.
Vulajin's probably like, please, what is this? But Zora is in the logic, so he's like, I'll follow through on this.
Might as well. You know you're gonna have to come back, but maybe it'll be the flippers. Now we know it won't be, but that's the smart play to me at this point.
Well, I mean, you got to do everything that's in logic. I mean, it makes sense. But this is not the progression. Now I think he's a little confused. All right, so we got Tridenttail activating that flute. We'll see if he decides to go to the mire area. He could check Checkerboard Cave over there with that mirror if he likes. Or he could jump into the Dark World and check out Skullwoods and Thieves like we've seen Vulajin do.
Ooh. This is the thinking menu.
You're close. 6. No. Whammy. Is this it? Is he making the play? I think he is.
He's making the play. All right, good. It has given Trident a bunch of time to start catching up.
Yeah, he got to clear all of Death Mountain in that time, which is pretty nice. But he doesn't have these crystals that Vulajin has, and he's coming in here without the hammer, just like Vulajin did. So, I mean, this is still going to be a pretty close race because we know exactly what Vulajin's going to be up to for the next, I don't know, 5 minutes.
Yeah. The only difference is that Vulajin will be able to finish Hera. So that's nice. Did Tridenttail check the tablet? I don't remember seeing it.
I don't think he checked Ether Tablet. Although with Mirror in hand now and Skull Woods kind of probably on his mind, we might see that pedestal check.
That's true. I'm starting to believe that the hammer is an ice palace.
It certainly could be, but we have some mirror locations that it could be as well.
Could be Pod.
Yep, Pod is now very much so in the logic. Pendant Pod, man. We still got to find the Quake Medallion and the Ice Rod and another sword upgrade somewhere.
This is true. But we're approaching go mode.
Yeah, we've been getting a lot of items, but Hammer is one of those that really slows you down.
Yes.
Your traversal in the overworld.
But at the same time, if you somehow manage to find that item last, that's a good go mode item to need.
Very true.
There's always, I guess, the dilemma of, do I want an item like Hammer early because of all the, utility and all the places it allows me to check, or do I want to find it last because that puts so much out of the logic?
It does. It just takes Turtle Rock out of the equation. It's like, okay, that's great. But it may also force you to do weird things like dip into Ice Palace.
Dip into ice,
yeah.
Go into that first chest and swamp.
Exactly.
We are, potentially up for some silliness. Vulajin forgetting without the mirror. Can't do the push block.
Yeah, ironically, he'll find it here.
Yeah. And Chad is asking if the boots could be on Ped and the big key on Torch, and that is absolutely a possibility still. That is the darkest timeline.
Yeah, I think so. Well, no, let's have like mushroom on pedestal leading to boots. I'll
Yeah.
stop.
Well, that's just mean. That's. I'm gonna pretend that doesn't exist for the sake of our runners.
I'm still thinking it, guys. Keep the dream alive.
Alucard for the viewers. It's your rando political campaign platform.
I'm a man of the people. What can I say? Alright, so we're gonna see a blind fight here and a bomb jump for Vulajin. I love this bomb jump. Such a cool bomb jump.
It is, and it's one of those super frustrating ones to fail too. Yeah, I just give up if I don't get it the first time.
Vulajin considering going through the Dark World portal there at T-Rock, but does not have the hammer, unfortunately. And a nice cleanup on blind there from tridenttail. Well done.
Both of them did pretty well on the blind fight. You know, no issues at all.
Yeah, exactly. And now where are you going, tridenttail? You gonna go up to Skull Woods? Or are you going somewhere else?
Ooh, it could be a powder check. I think that's kind of what that or, you know, the purple chest, right?
I guess he could kind of do both if he likes. But then he might miss out on Haunted Grove. So it's kind of a interesting decision here. Because without the hammer, you leave behind your portal. Looks like he's electing to just leave behind the purple chest. Unless this is the hammer, in which case that's nuts.
I believe chat was calling you a witch before. Let's see if it's...
No magics here.
No magics. Looks like, you know, no stakes today for you. Or being burned at them, I suppose.
All right, I like that.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good for me.
It's yeah. Plus, I'm a big fan of, you know, the continued commentary with you.
Yeah, at least wait until after the race, guys.
Yeah, come on.
All right, so Vulajin gonna get that intel that Ether, which he has already, is Turtle Rock. Still no Ice Rod, still no Hammer. Not a very appealing thing to do, but certainly a good check. But it certainly does keep that pedestal dream alive.
Yes.
For Quake and Ice Rod.
Now, as much as I don't want, you know, mushrooms, the mushroom leading to boots with the key on the torch in Ganon's Tower, I am okay with the boots being on the pedestal. Or, you know, something that they need, not the boots necessarily, but, you know, let's put Ice Rod there. Just very clearly, you have to do this. I'm not going to try and hide it from you. You could have checked this 10 minutes in.
That's true. We've been talking about it the whole time. Oh, there's a tunic there on the Ether tablet.
That's actually a really nice place to have it too, because you can just, on your way into Ganon's Tower, you can just be like, cool, let's upgrade. Let's get a snazzy new wardrobe when we fight the boss.
Fight the boss? No, there's gonna be a big key on the torch, and then they'll have to leave.
Right. Well, either way, they can get the...
Oh. Alright, so we might actually see this pedestal check coming up here soon from tridenttail, because he is doing Skullwoods. He's gonna get his half magic, which will be really nice.
And then we can stop talking about it, and we can find other things to stay on for way too long. It'll be great.
until it is the boots, and then we can talk about it even more.
Oh, that would be even better. Now, actually, you know what? I'm for this mushroom being on pedestal now. Just so we can...
Just so you don't know.
Just so we don't know.
The mystery.
We always have that what if question. I'm trying to think of all the different types of mushrooms at this point so that as we're talking about it, I can use different, you know, species.
Yeah, I tried this thing called an abalone mushroom recently. It's really good.
That sounds kind of weird. What was it like?
It was pretty smooth consistency.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan of the texture of mushrooms. I find they're a little weirdly chewy. But I digress. We've gotten a little...
No. Speaking of chewy, Vulajin just got chewed out by this beetle room.
Nice.
Perfectly on topic.
It's good. Way to bring it back. This is why you're the veteran of comms.
Is it? Because I talk about abalone mushroom? Anyways, we are going to see something new here, because I believe there is an item on Moldorm coming up.
At the very least, we're going to see the crystal drop, and that'll be exciting.
That is some progress. That is for sure. That's some new excitement.
And yes, you are totally right about that. I applaud Vulajin for not doing the bomb jump because I have gotten so bad at it. As time has gone on, the muscle memory has disappeared.
Well, it's also really devastating when you miss it and fall in the pit and drop 2 floors.
Totally. It is just bad. Actually, both runners just went for the good route, which is don't waste your time.
Only fighter sword for Trolldorm. Not a fun fight, but gets the job done. And hopefully Trident will bust out that fire rod. He is using some B strats here.
It's good. You get to put the bee to work. You get to clean out a bottle for a fairy. I mean, they do have the net.
And there's that fire rod starting to eat away at Mothula's health. 8 fire rod shots there. Beautiful fight. Very nicely done from both of these players.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, tridenttail's fight was lit. The kids say. I assume. I don't really know what the kids are saying anymore.
But we are probably going to see a lit pedestal check here shortly. At least I hope so.
I hope so too.
We've been hoping it the whole time. I think Tridenttail is finally giving it to us. Here we go, everyone. Can we get some pedestal hype here? No, we cannot.
The mushroom dreams are dead. We're gonna go back to talking about, I don't know, like the race and stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Looks like we're gonna see Bumper Cave and probably Graveyard Ledge.
It's a good play. I thought Vulajin was originally going to go for powder, but yeah, another one of those good information to have pieces for when you find the cape.
Yeah, and we know he's not, missing out on anything over at Magic Bat, so this is good for him. This might lead him over to Catfish or Pyramid, Pod, because we do have those flippers.
Ton of checks to do. Nobody wants to go in Ice Palace still, but that's fine. Ice Palace's feelings aren't hurt. I mean, Ice Palace is pretty cold, so they don't
Cold
need
place
people.
to be.
Yeah, they don't need people to come visit.
Well, that hammer is really important, and it's not here at the graveyard ledge. Tridenttail following the same path. These guys are basically dead even at this point, with Vulajin having a little bit of a nod for that Hera play, but I mean, honestly, that's a pretty quick dip right when you finish with GT, Hera and GT.
Yeah, I guess it all depends on how much Trident trusts that there's nothing on Moldorm, right?
Exactly.
Because we know it was only 3 bombs. But yeah, Trident won't.
Very true.
So what do we got? We can do Ice Palace. Can't do it to completion. Can do Pod, but also not to completion. There's the Catfish, which Vulajin is doing. The Pyramid check.
And that lovely first chest in Swamp.
Lovely first check. Yep.
Haunted Grove, I believe, is available. The south of Haunted Grove mirror spot.
That's true. No one has done that yet.
But I think we're probably going to see some Palace of Darkness here. It's pretty item dense. 5 items. You know, maybe one's at Helmasaur King, so 4 items. But that's still pretty good. We have the mirror now, so that helps.
That is a big difference. I guess that's a major bonus to going into the pod at this point.
Ooh, I like this mirror from Tridenttail to grab a potion. Quick thinking.
Yeah, definitely a smart play. It's actually like that's a pretty, I guess. I don't know. I would forget to do that. And Trident's someone that's only been playing for a few months on and off, so that's a pretty smart move. Well done. I applaud that.
Full heart on the pyramid. Might as well grab it. Get a little more safety.
Yeah, of all the things that could be there that aren't necessary, it's the best one to see at this point. We don't need money, or Vulajin doesn't anyways. Got enough to pay off said monkey right before pod. Dig game and the, I guess, chess game are done.
Ooh, I like this from Vulajin. Since he has not checked the hobo, there's an opportunity to mirror over here and grab the hobo item.
Yeah, that. Well done on that routing.
That's a heads-up play right there.
Yep. I think we found all of the bombs.
There's probably more, but yeah, we've been finding a lot of them.
I imagine
So
the next
true.
chest is going to be bombs, just because I've said that. But you know, we found a bunch. So at this point, we are missing, just to give a quick recap, Hammer, Ice Rod, Quake to get in Mire, and a sword. That's it, really, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure these players will want either the Tempered Sword or some silvers to go with that first sword upgrade, because Master Sword Ganon silverless is brutal.
Yes, it is. I know very few people that do enjoy that. There are some that do.
There certainly are, but they are gluttons for punishment, I want to say.
Yes. And we don't wish that on our runners. Silly routing, yes, but not, you know.
Oh, I think Tridenttail might be going right into Ice Palace right now.
Wow. That is...
Oh, baby.
That's a bold play. Kind of play that you need to make to maybe win a race. I say maybe because I don't know. Who knows? It is a play. It's definitely one of those like gambles that I think you would expect your runner or your opponent to not take. And
Exactly.
And that's what makes it pretty good.
Oh, but there are those boots and pod. That is a nice advantage.
Yes, it is.
I don't think that's going to help you a lot in Ice Palace.
No, but it does. Wow. Oh my god.
It's about that pendant pod, Felix. What are you
Oh.
thinking now?
This is like my race on Saturday.
It certainly is.
I'm excited that Vulajin found hammer and boots, but I'm also angry at pendant pod. Just in general. I don't like it.
That's totally fair, but that opens up a lot of options right now. We can full clear Swamp Palace. We can check Bonk Rocks and King's Tomb. We can full clear Ice Palace, actually, if we want to. We can get into Turtle Rock now.
Yep.
We can't complete it without that Ice Rod.
So, as you said, there's a ton that was just opened up, and one of the, I guess, for Trident's Ice Palace play to have, I guess, an impact, Trident needs to find either Ice Rod or Quake at this point, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That would be big. We also have Hammer Pegs. We have the chest in Thieves Town. And we have Spike Cave available.
Yeah, that's a lot. That is quite the haul.
There's a lot going on right now with that hammer, but Vulajin's probably feeling pretty good about making this play. Maybe feels behind because of, putting off Agana for so long. Getting lost there for a little bit, but he has made the right play.
The cape. We can finally do the Hyrule Castle Tower.
Yeah, that's the play, Felix. You're right.
It's not the play, and it's not the one any of the runners should be doing, but it's in logic at this point.
But it is available. You're right, and then we can go to Bumper Cave and get the trash that's there.
Well, you do need the shield as you go up that tower to block those tridents that are thrown.
That's true.
Red guards.
That's true.
So.
That's right. Vulajin would be getting the shield to block tridenttail. This all makes sense.
The 4D chess going on here. It's the mind games that neither of them know that the other is putting on.
Exactly. All right, here's one of our chests in Ice Palace. A small key's nice. You can use that to go upstairs.
Oh.
But he does have hook shot, so should be able to be fine here. We did get the big key, so we can check the big chest.
There's one item.
I think we're seeing Swamp Palace right now. 6 items in Swamp, plus the 2 unlocked by the Pyramid Fairy here, with quick access to the Pyramid Fairy right afterwards.
That is a good play. Yeah, no, I didn't even think about that. But that's why they are the runners, and I am talking about mushrooms.
And I appreciate that.
Plus, you can check the tablet as well afterwards. You're already in the Dark World, might as well do it now.
That's true. And maybe we'll find a sword upgrade in here, too. You can just get whatever's there.
That would
prepare yourself to receive your red mail.
I'm looking forward to that red mail. I don't think either of these runners need red mail, but it's always nice to have, and it's in such a convenient spot.
Yeah, it really is. I don't think tridenttail has that information, though.
No, I don't think so.
We'll see if he goes for that or not. But did make a nice play there. Found the bunny beam in Ice Palace to get some health. All right, I believe this is the last chest that tridenttail can check. If it's the hammer, this is gonna be. Oh wait, I mean, we have the hammer.
Hey, more bombs.
But he can't go upstairs. Can't do it.
Just 10 arrows.
Quality 10 arrows. Ouch.
I guess Tridents forgot that they can't kill Cold Stare yet? Or am I...
Yeah, this is bad news for Trident.
They'll remember soon. Chat confirming my suspicions. That is, 3 items in Ice Palace.
Yeah, and somehow managed to get them without the hammer. They were all available.
That works out pretty well. Unfortunately, not the Quake or Ice Rod that Trident really needed to make this play worthwhile.
I think he wants to follow through because it's the green pendant, but that is just not an option. He's got to get to Palace of Darkness.
Yes.
Pronto. Now, if Vulajin ends up going in there, then this is going to equalize.
Totally.
Hey, 4th bottle.
And Vulajin doesn't know what's on the pedestal at this point. So Vulajin might just follow through anyways to get the green pendant, because he's already got desert and, well, ice would be potentially a thing.
But he didn't finish pod,
No.
so that might signal that he's not really caring too much about it.
No, and as far as I remember, there is an item on King Helmasaur.
That could certainly come into play. And that might be one of the last things you check. It's like you leave these onesie and twosie items all over the place, Thieves Town and King Helmasaur and stuff like that. Can be brutal.
The Master Sword.
As I said, you could find a sword upgrade in here. Now we can get that item at the Bombos tablet.
You're not
Nice.
really helping your I'm not a witch thing. Making all these calls.
I said if.
A likely story.
All right, Tridenttail is going to come up here and clean up Hera. Going to be a bit disappointed, but hey, it's progress. You get another crystal. It's good stuff.
Yeah, it's never a bad time when you're getting crystals.
We did see a West Wing skip from Vulajin, so might be coming back in here after beating Argus.
Yeah, at this point, there's at least one item there because we found the map. But see what Argus has. Relatively clean, rooms and fights going on both sides.
Ooh, got some fire rod strats here.
Nice. Fire rod on the spin.
Oh, nice one in that next phase.
Yeah, that was a solid amount of damage. Well done. Well done.
5 crystals down for Vulajin.
So Vulajin does have 2 items left in here. Found the big key, so it's not, locked inside the chest.
Oh no, Tridenttail fell in the final rage phase of Moldorm. That is rough.
Yeah, it's always a tough part of that fight. There's no good place to hide.
I'd be maybe busting out that blue cane or something.
That
Try to make it a little bit safer.
Yeah, so chat is asking, the goal is to finish this game as soon as possible. The logic, so this is, I guess for those of you who are new to Randomizer, the logic is set up in such a way that you can get every item before you beat the game, minus some keys. Wow. That is big.
That Quake medallion is extremely important. Need that to get into Misery Mire, and we can now fully clear that dungeon.
So yeah, Quake is a pretty big find. Yeah, so it's set up in such a way that you'll get every item on our tracker before you beat the game. Some of them you might find in Ganon's Tower. The order that you beat the crystals and pendants and the locations of the crystals and pendants changes from what we call seeds to seed. And a seed is just, each time you play the game, you load up a new patched version of it.
And the items are completely shuffled in a different way every time you play.
Absolutely. 216 item locations. So, we usually see people checking in the 100 and something.
And your goal here is to collect all 7 crystals. And that might mean collecting different items each time you play in order to beat those 7 crystal dungeons, and then go to Ganon's Tower, complete that, and then beat Ganon.
Yes. And both players are racing on the same seed. Wow.
Wow, that is go mode. Swamp delivering the goods here. Vulajin, 121, go mode.
Now we still might see Vulajin check a couple chests on the way. Still doesn't have silvers. Still doesn't have that tempered that people like to have. Yeah, go mode meaning you got everything you need to complete the dungeons you have to beat to get the rest of the crystals so you can go beat Ganon.
Yeah, and we have a Master Sword, which is enough to beat Ganon, but makes for a very difficult fight without silver arrows or, a tempered sword upgrade. In the final phase of Ganon, you're going to need, the 4th phase, you're going to need 24 spins on him, and that's brutal. 24 is a big number, and then 12 in the previous phases.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, some people, for whatever reason, enjoy it, but I think most people are very happy to either have tempered or, at the very least, silvers, right? When you don't have just something to prevent those 24 spins.
But I do think there's a good opportunity to probably find, a sword upgrade. We have 2 floating in somewhere out there. Or the silver arrows in Turtle Rock or Ganon's Tower, or maybe here in Mire.
Yeah,
Still a lot to check.
Totally.
Sorry.
No. All I was gonna say, Mire is one of those weird dungeons that even if you're in go mode, the dungeon doesn't necessarily let you do it fast. The key placement can be in a whole bunch of locations, and some of them are, behind a 13-second cutscene or something obnoxious like that.
Yeah, it's pretty rude. Oh, and there's Tempered Sword in Mire. Just talking about that. Vulajin is just making all the plays right now.
Very well done. Things are lining up for Vulajin. Tridenttail is not too far behind, but yeah, I guess it all depends what happens after Pod, right?
Yeah, he's certainly on the right track now, but considering Vulajin was in such a predicament where he didn't really know where to go, he's been making just all the right calls for this seed.
Yeah, and I guess there's something to be said about being kind of locked to your last possible chest in the early game or earlier game versus at this point when you have, so much more that you can check. The flippers that Trident had found early led to Hookshot, and it opened up 3 dungeons. Mirror was hidden behind it, so it created so much more opportunity to check things, and that's kind of really, not to say hurt Trident, but it's allowed Trident to, I guess, deviate from the path that leads you to go mode fastest, right?
Certainly put Ice Palace in the logic, and that's exactly kind of why he's fallen behind here.
Vanilla, Big Key, and Meyer. So that 13-second or so cutscene that I was just calling obnoxious. Hope everyone enjoyed that.
Absolutely required.
Yep.
But also obnoxious, I agree. Tridenttail doing that both locked side before getting his boots. So a little bit slower here in pod, but not too bad.
A little bit slower. One thing I guess to point out is Vulajin did not go fight Helmasaur. We know that was the correct choice at this point. But Trident also might do that. Which, I mean, we hope Trident gets their items and just kind of leaves. Goes on to do some of the crystals. But it's a tough call.
Right, and he hasn't got that hammer yet. He needs to fall down to that turtle room.
Right.
So until he does, he can't even beat Helmasaur King.
No, but that actually might be... I mean, either way, you're mirroring back to the beginning of the dungeon, but it might be one of those like, alright, I just found a hammer. That's good enough. Let's go.
Alright, so no silver arrows for Vitreous. You can still use normal arrows on these little eyeballs, but Vulajin's got some NMG strats going on here. You can take a little damage boost off the goo. That goo does do 1 hard damage, and then you can do some spins on these little eyeballs.
Good first phase. And it's just 8 arrows and the switch to the mirror. Vulajin's got the pro NMG strats down.
That's like a textbook Vitreous fight. Really nice. 6th crystal in the pocket. Off to Turtle Rock.
The perfect... Actually, so Vulajin did them in the NMG order. The last 2 crystals, at least.
Good call, yeah.
No, it went Swamp, and then Mire, and now Turtle Rock. So it's the last 3. Wow.
Very nice. Alright, Tridenttail about to pick up that hammer. Very good. Probably pretty excited about that, but maybe feeling a bit behind.
Oh, good. Good. You saw for a second there, Trident hesitated on their item menu. I imagine that was the, do I have all of the items? What do I do? And it looks like Trident taking a second to think about it. Totally reasonable. It's a tough call. You're in a situation of a bunch of, I guess, 50-50s. You have a 50-50 at this point. It's between the next dungeons or continue. So it's not totally a 50-50, but I don't have a better name for it at the moment. Many decisions. We'll go with that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, I think he's making the right one. He just needs to follow through on everything in here, because there is a West Wing ice rod and a big chest quake with the big key being kind of in the back of the dungeon. There's even a Master Sword in here too, but I expect he'll find that.
Yes.
All right, Turtle Rock for Vulajin. You want to find a bunch of keys here early on, and the big key.
Yeah, big key most importantly, right?
Yeah, allows you to skip that vanilla big key chest, and there's a key to start. Good start.
Some good execute. This is, I guess, maybe a small thing, but it's hard not to necessarily get that spin as you're leaving that room, because you got to face away from that door so you can leave. But timing it is actually quite, not super precise, but it's hard.
Oh yeah, that's tricky. Yeah, those kind of slight things add up over the course of a run. Like the swag burn dash.
Wow, that was quite swag.
Look at this dream. 2 small keys and a big key.
Dashing out the door.
I love it. If Chain Chomps have a small key, this is like the God TR, the Go Mode. God Go Mode TR.
I'm sitting here heavy with anticipation. Wait, that doesn't sound like the right phrase. Whatever I'm supposed to mean.
Well, he got compassed. How do you feel about that?
I think I don't have a clever pun. Something about in the wrong direction.
That works.
I was hoping I would have one by now, but I don't. I still don't.
The Chain Chomps led him in the wrong direction. I don't know.
It didn't point him in the correct path. You know what? Got bunny beamed, which is pretty cool. The quad fairy.
The quad, that's pretty amazing. I haven't seen it done in like that location.
No, that's gotta be like, a couple pixels wide to get those ones on the outer edges, because they're pretty fanned out.
They are.
Looks like Trident is not flooding the key, but checking left side first, which is excellent.
That is fantastic, yes. I just really hope he goes back for that big chest. But based on this play, I mean, he looks to be doing very thorough checks.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is good. Which is really good.
Looks like our last key is on Laser Bridge. See how Vulajin handles this. Can bust out that blue cane or the cape. Can do some swag dashes to get through. What we like to call the laser skips. Can even walk through them if you time it right.
There's a lot of ways to deal with it. The logic will require you to have either the cape or Burna or the mirror shield. But, runners find a way.
Ooh, walking through it to get that abalone mushroom.
At this point, I don't think he will be exclaiming after the shiitake.
Probably not.
No, it's probably fine.
Nice to have powder here. You can powder an anti-fairy. Get your health back for this Trinex fight.
We saw the swag Burna, and we're getting the swag Samaria.
That's so good. Such an amazing strat to hit the both crystal switches to get through there. I love it.
So, I assume you know the story of why we play on the Japanese version, or why that's the one that got patched, right?
So you can do all this swag.
It was entirely, like, Vitor mentioned, that you could do item dashes. So at least in Vitorp's head, that's what Rando is about.
Item dashes.
Item dashes.
There you go. You heard it here first. Or maybe not. Maybe you heard it from Vitorp somewhere else. But let's just say you heard it here first. I mean, you can also do, like, the mirror block glitch as well. There's some cool stuff that you can do.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole bunch of, like, Japanese 1.0 only tricks that you can do.
Uh-oh, tridenttail. Hope you got a fairy. He does. Good. But that takes us to Ganon's Tower now. Vulajin has taken down Trinex. We got 22 item locations in Ganon's Tower. Where is the big key? What do you think, Felix? Where's it gonna be?
I always like to go with lucky number 7. I don't have a preference of whether that's on the torch if you do right side first, or in the, I think it's Stalfos room. But lucky number 7. How about you?
Let's go. I think it's gonna take him a little while. I mean, it's a pretty good time, 135. Let's go 16.
16. Okay.
Chest number 1. Piece of heart. No small key.
No small key.
Can't even do the right side if you wanted to. Well, I guess you could do tile room.
Nobody wants to do tile room.
Apparently.
Chest number, or I guess item number 3 with the $300. Yeah, as Chad is pointing out, while we were discussing the big key guess, Trident has hit go mode.
Yeah, well done. He did go back for that quake in the big chest.
So Vulajin found the big key. It was number 4. Number 4.
Really nice, quick big key there in Ganon's Tower, giving him a break.
Nobody guessed 4, it looks like. I mean, there's no prize. We just like to have fun with it. Some people guess 3, some people guess 5. Do you go by Price is Right rules?
I like more winners.
Okay. So 3 and 5. You are approximately the winner.
Alright, Tridenttail's got to clutch out this Argus fight here. Going for some spin strats. Pretty safe. Alright, we got Vulajin running through the gauntlet here.
You know,
Putting
after
that bow to good use. Sorry.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, after we saw those, you know, the cane dashes, I was expecting the bow dash. But that one it's a little much, you know. Neat though.
Oh yeah, certainly. And we got half magic, so we can bust out that fire rod for this Land Molus 2 fight. Had a really clean Land Molus 2 from Vulajin when we were in Desert. And this one's looking pretty good too. Quick 2 cycle.
Totally. And I mean, if the first hop wasn't a short hop, I'm sure Vulajin would have one cycled that.
Yeah, I agree. Now, I think there's almost like a 100% chance that Tridenttail gets this Tempered Sword. It's in such a convenient location here in Mire.
Yeah, I can't see Trident avoiding it. Still, while you're still looking for potentially the silvers, or, you know, at least one more sword upgrade just to make that final fight easier.
That's like really good news for him.
Yeah. Vulajin, you know, getting that extra magic prevented, 100% prevented that potential despawn of Ganon's Tower at the top.
He's checking a couple chests up here, see if he can get butter or silvers, more importantly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good strategy. They're pretty much right on your way, so you might as well. I wonder if we'll see him check the chests in the next room.
Well, I certainly expect him to powder here.
Looks like it. Pretty low on health and, you know, minor time.
And I mean, if silvers are here and you're neck and neck with your opponent, like, getting them versus not is a huge deal. Like, it will make or break the race.
Oh, totally.
Right there and then. Yep.
What is it? 12 spins versus 4 shots?
Yeah. And you got to worry about, you know, torch glitches and stuff, typically.
Yeah.
But no silvers. We're going to be doing silverless. But with Tempered Sword, it's not so bad.
It's a good strategy on that room. You know, waiting up the side.
Yeah, worked out beautifully.
So that was 2 hits. It looked like.
And there's one more.
There is such a thing as too fast on Aghanim.
Oh, the blue ball of doom.
That was mean. I think it just another 2.
Yep, so I think we're at 5 hits. We just need one more. And there it is. Aga 2 down. It's time for Ganon.
Excellent fight on Vulajin's side. As tridenttail waits for that long cutscene on the way to the big key. We did see the small key in the torch lightable room, which means that, as far as I understand, that's still a thing, right? Where that will be a big key, vanilla big key, if you find one there.
I'm not sure.
That used to be, as far as I know, that's still a thing, where if you find a key on that left chest at the top, it used to be one for sure. I don't know with the key logic change, whether that changed, but it used to be a thing for sure, and probably still is.
Okay, cool.
You
I
heard
didn't
it
know
here,
that,
viewers.
actually. I heard it here, too.
Vulajin already on phase 2. That was an excellent phase 1.
Yeah, really nice positioning for phase 2 there, getting those spins in at the top of the room. You know, the upper left and upper right positions can really lend themselves to a quick Ganon fight.
Ooh.
Ho ho ho. Interesting.
So that means either laser bridge or vanilla big chest. Vanilla
That's
big
right.
key location or big chest.
Mm-hmm.
So Trident's making their way up to Vitreous with 54 arrows, so they might use the vanilla, or like the arrow strats as opposed to, you know, the NMG stuff.
Nice triple there from Vulajin, and it looks like he's setting up to get another one.
I don't think I've ever seen Vulajin run NMG, but he's got the strats for it. Tridenttail going a totally different direction with the cape dashes.
And there's that final hit on Ganon. Vulajin has taken him down. Really nice fight.
GG's to Vulajin. We'll see if they're going to join us in the chats.
Yeah, and Vulajin takes this home with an official speed racing TV time of 1 hour, 44 minutes, and 22 seconds. Really, really nicely done.
Tridenttail with a, a very good Vitreous fight as well.
Oh, yeah, certainly. I'm curious to see if he will end up finding those silvers.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, right? Once the race is over, that might be one of those things where it's like, you know what? I'm still gonna finish it out. I'll check a couple more chests on my way. Maybe I'll get the butter. You know, when you're done, not worried about those last couple seconds anymore. It's
all right, victory.
Where
are we at?
Looks like we are. Hello, Vulajin.
Hi.
GG's.
Thank you.
So
What's
I was gonna say, as we tend to start every interview, how you feeling after that?
I felt at the end I felt pretty good. In the middle I did not feel so good. May have been some, 4-letter words uttered, a little bit of confusion, but fortunately, like once I got to the last stretch of the run, it felt pretty good. So I felt like I had a pretty good shot. I was kind of like, as I was waiting for the Ganon fanfare to finish, I was like, don't snipe me, don't snipe me, don't snipe me. But yeah, we managed to pull through today.
Yeah, congratulations on your win. The flippers, I guess, was that 4-letter word you were exclaiming flip.
Yeah.
Those, I guess, those acted as your, I guess, block for the bit. But then, once you found those, you got your hook shot, you went up, you did Death Mountain. Things very much opened up, and you then used, I guess, there are certain things that you had to do before, but then everything just fell into place.
Yeah, I felt like it was that kind of state for me where, like, I was never, other than the few minutes where I was like, what the heck, where's the flippers, oh my gosh, and I can remember Agina's Cave, it felt like I was able to constantly be doing something. So like my time wasn't, even before finding the flippers, my time wasn't being wasted because I finished Eastern Palace, I finished Desert, which of course turned out to be complete garbage, but like you never know. And then yeah, just I don't know how I managed to forget that Agina's Cave was there after Desert. Like that's not an abnormal route for me to finish Desert and then go right to Agina's Cave. But today, for whatever reason, that just tripped me up, and fortunately not enough. How's Trident doing?
Trident's in Turtle Rock right now. So I guess they found the flippers not much earlier, but earlier than you, and that led to finding the hook shot, doing Death Mountain. At that time, they didn't have a sword, so they couldn't finish Moldor, which wasn't a huge loss. There wasn't, there was just bombs, but that led to an early Ice Palace check before Pod.
Oh.
Yeah. And so the value being in Pod today, Pendant Pod.
As I was making that choice, I was thinking like, okay, like there's Pod left and there's Ice left here. Like now that we have access to the right side of the map with the flippers, and it feels like Pod's usually the correct answer in those cases because it's got 5 items, non-dungeon items located inside it.
Yeah.
And then I thought, as I was walking into Pod, very confidently, like, of course, Pod's the right play. I started thinking, like, Ice has 3 items and a green pendant, so technically it's 4. And I have, like, everything for that, too, so... And I basically felt like, all right, if this is going to come down to, like, I'm going to go to one place and he's going to go to the other, I feel very good if Pod gives me the item, then I feel like I'm just good. If Ice gives him the item and Pod doesn't give me the item, I felt like I just needed to keep executing like everything at a very high level. So I felt fairly good about my execution today. There were definitely some bits where it's like, what the heck is my D-pad doing, and do I even remember how to press buttons anymore? But for the most part, it felt like I was able to do the things I wanted to do, and as a result, even though there were like a lot of routing flubs, it didn't kill me in the end. It certainly hurt me.
Well,
Yeah,
what was
I mean-
great is you were able to actually just check a lot of stuff prior to that point, and like get a bunch of crystals done and everything. So I mean, you really just had narrowed it down. It was just these are my options.
Yeah.
Ow.
Phew. Could have been a lot worse of a scene. I was really worried Ice Rod was just going to be like, yeah, go to every dungeon, you know, finish all the pendants. It's on the pedestal. Enjoy. And I was not super interested in playing that kind of scene.
Yeah, and you guys had booked super early to be able to check that too. So it's one of those like, oh, if I do need Ice Rod, I could have known this whole time. Yeah, as you said, you had some really good execution. The triples on Ganon, and then the Vitreous fight was really well done.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
things I'm kind of still like, I'm just trying to practice them because like eventually I'm gonna run no major glitches. So I want to like be comfortable doing those. And of course, like, you never know what Randomizer is gonna expect. Like at the moment I entered Go mode, I was 100% prepared to do Master Sword Silverless Ganon. I've done Master Sword with Silvers recently. I mean, I've done Master Sword without Silvers too at some point, just it's been a while. So I was like, all right, well, I think that I've at least executed well enough to put myself in a position where that's like I'll be able to do that. And like half magic, of course, makes it a lot easier. But also there was a fairy in a bottle, there was a red potion from I don't even know how long ago, so I had like a lot of safety net there, but fortunately didn't need any of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I guess when it came down to the end, I mean, you did find Tempered, which was lovely. But when it came down, you executed really well. I don't think we saw that fairy at all. Yeah, no fairy revival. So you had that the entire game and didn't even need to use it. So well done.
Yeah, really nice sub 3 item menu time.
Oh, geez, wow, I didn't even notice that. Nice.
So I'm sure it's a touchy point, but I mean, you did come out and win this, but with forgetting a location like that, I'm just kind of curious, like, what do you do? Like, do you just go through every location in the game and you're like, what where do I go? Like I've had this happen to myself before, and I don't know what to do. So help me out here, Vulajin.
Yeah, no, correct. Like I've had that bite me and caused me to lose a couple times before. In the Key Sanity tournament, I lost to Big Dunka. I mean, for a number of reasons, because Dunka is really good, but also I just completely forgot Checkerboard Cave existed. And that was like, afterwards I was like, okay, this is stupid. Like, I can't forget that again. And then the second time that exact thing happened to me, I forget what the location was, the second race in that tournament that I lost. So I was like, all right, I'm never playing without a map tracker again. But here's the thing. I tried playing with a map tracker like a number of times after that, and it's really hard to click all these things while playing the seed. And it was actually more distracting to me and made it harder for me to play than if I just play without the map tracker. So I think I just need to I just need to be more vocal to myself, literally out loud while playing. Just be like, okay, now I'm going into desert. After I finish desert, I'm gonna go over and check Agina's cave, and I'm gonna get whatever dumb thing that he has. And like the other thing about this too was I did a little bit of scouting on tridenttail before going against him here, and like one thing that I noticed that I felt like I should at least change in my game to be able to go against him was it looks like he kind of prefers being a little more thorough. He often checks Spike Cave on his first visit to Eastern Death Mountain if he has the hammer available to him and, sufficient items to do it. So I looked at that and I was like, okay, well then I'm going to try to also be thorough. So like an Agina check would not at all have been unusual for me to do. It's just, I don't even know. So I think you just need to you need to have enough of those times where it actually ruins you. And apparently I haven't had enough of those yet. So maybe, my next loss that knocks me out of the bracket will be the one where I, forget it yet again. And that time it has the key progression and my opponent just completely takes advantage and wrecks my day.
Well, I certainly don't hope that upon you. because you've been racing beautifully here, and I mean, that might only cost you a few minutes of time, and this is an excellent time here for such a seed. Where you're running around all over the place.
I'm really excited to see if Tridenttail is feeling confident on the silverless Ganon today. So unless you if you guys have any more questions for me, I'm certainly happy to stick around. Otherwise, I'll hop out and just kind of watch from the stands.
Really, just congratulations, and you're keeping that dream alive for 5-2.
Yeah, thanks, dude. I'm gonna do my best. This was actually, I do want to say one more thing before I pop out. This week is super stressful for me because I'm the tech coordinator for RPG Limit Break, which starts on Sunday, and I've just been constantly busy. This is the third seed I've played in the last week and a half, counting my 2 tournament races. So it's been really super stressful, and I told Tridenttail when we got matched up today, I was like, hey, please do me a favor. Please be as flexible as you can on this time. I am super wrecked this week. I have no time at all to do this match, and he was super cooperative, so I really appreciate it. Shout outs to him. And yeah, thanks again, guys. I'll catch you in a bit.
Sounds good.
Right, thank you. GG.
So, getting back to Trident's making, their way through the gauntlet. Almost into the Red Horse Room. Or Red Horse Head Room. I know they have an actual name, but they look like horses to me.
Yeah, those Zazaks or whatever. No, they're horse heads.
Yeah. There's nothing in the English language that actually uses the letter Z. It's a myth. Just like horsehead people.
Learn something new every day. I'll say I've learned a lot of things new here today.
I learned about whatever mushroom you had, the abalone?
Abalone, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I learned about that. Was that a double damage on that hit?
It might have been, yeah.
That was
That was
interesting.
pretty intense, yeah.
Nice land mode too. I just noticed, or it's just registering that neither of these runners got a shield. So
Well, we did see that one up on Bumper Cave. Didn't end up getting that one.
There might be one in that Thieves Town chest. I totally meant to ask Vulajin. So Vulajin, if you are in chat, I meant to ask you, where was that Thieves Town big chest in the back of your mind? Was it something where you just accepted it, moved on, or it was, weighing on you that whole time? Anyways,
I'm sure it was very low priority.
it has to be, right?
Especially considering he didn't kill Helmasaur King.
Far down the list. Because of how deep Hammer was. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's just crazy how stacked Swamp was after that. I
Oh,
totally did not expect to see Go Mode out of that dungeon. I expected to see something, but not Go Mode.
We need 2 items. Oh, they're both in... Okay.
Well, 3 items if you include the sword.
That's true.
Yeah. That's the crazy part.
Also looking for silvers, it looks like, or another sword. We know the silvers were in Turtle Rock. Still don't know where they were exactly, but they were there somewhere.
Well, Tridenttail seems confident here.
Yeah. No, we've seen Trident do some, excellent boss execution. Trident's got this.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, the poke.
Oh, no. But he's got him.
That's revenge for the first Moldorm fight.
Sweet, sweet revenge. Oh, here we go. Not happy with that chest there. Oh! Maybe happy? Oh my god. I love that swag, like, sideways step down the stairs.
Yeah. Oh. Trident was unhappy. Decided, oh wait, I could be. There's a chance. There was no chance. I love that. I love when runners are like, just go back to get angry or like show their displeasure at a chest. Or, you know, Sahasrara. When you bring them a green pendant and they just give you a rupee.
I don't know if I've ever seen it before, but it would be funny to see a situation where like a runner is disrespecting the chest, but then there's like actually something good in there, like silvers or whatever. Like
maybe that's more like, I feel like that's more like a heart of the cards style thing where it's like, I'm gonna bomb it and it's gonna bring the silvers here for me now.
There you go.
But a nice fight. A nice Aga 2 fight. Going into Ganon at 2:01. Not a bad time at all.
No, not too bad considering he dipped into Ice Palace without the hammer.
Oh yeah. And didn't fall for the early Turtle Rock bait.
Alright, already in phase 2 here.
So Trident did stop to get that blue potion, which is an excellent thing to have right now, because Trident can just sit here, cape, stay safe. No reason to risk anything.
Yeah, just knock that phase 2 out so quickly. That can be the most devastating phase, honestly.
Oh, absolutely. Now, 4 is tough with the timing if you don't have silvers, but 2 is the hardest. It's like the most damage.
Nice torch glitch there.
Ooh, just a little too wide there.
Playing it safe. I like that.
Yep. Nice.
This is all about the rhythm, and he's starting to get there.
Yes. Good potion use. There's like the hugs hurt.
Oh yeah, he'd die if he walked into Ganon, so that was definitely a good use of potion.
And the Squirtle's so cute. Why nobody wants that to happen?
The Squirtle wants to hug Ganon, I guess.
Or the Ganon wants to hug the Squirtle.
That might actually be true.
I just want some affection. Everyone's so mean to me. Maybe I wouldn't need the Triforce. No, slashes. Slashes for Ganon. That's what Ganon gets after stealing all the princesses.
Yeah, he kind of just wrecked everyone.
No sympathy.
He made us play through this seed.
I mean, we're in round 5. I feel like it's on us to get, because we keep coming back.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh, we love it too much. Oh, there we go. He's starting to get a rhythm.
Nice.
And takes him down.
Yeah, so in chat is asking, so Vulajin used the fire rod. You can actually have the fire rod out, charge a spin, and shoot to light the torch again. Just a a point that we didn't discuss before. But yeah, not to take away from tridenttail, but just to throw a little bit of knowledge. This whole "Hello, will you be my friend?" text is very much in the vein of Ganon just wanting friends.
It is. It certainly is. And yeah, GG's to tridenttail, an official speed racing TV time of 2 hours, 5 minutes, and 9 seconds. Very nicely done.
We're gonna see if we can get Trident in for an interview.
Some huge shout outs to B-, helping us out with tracking today. Keeping us up to date on everything.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And shout outs to Jax Refi for restreaming this. Thank you very much. Couldn't do our commentary without you. Alucard, you know, while we're waiting for Trident, just want to say it was a pleasure doing comms.
Oh yeah, this was a blast. We learned a lot together.
I think we've evolved as humans.
We really have. But actually, the dream is not completely dead for tridenttail here. Because some 4 and 3s may make it into the bracket stage. It is possible. That all depends on like tie breaks and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, definitely not out of the running yet. Still got, 2 more weeks to get the record up to 4 and 3.
Yep.
Trident will be joining us in a moment, looks like. Just about to join the waiting room. While we're waiting for that, there's still one match after this. Stick around for the interview, but then Speed Gaming has the Dr. Bobtastic versus DVO XS match. But yeah, stick around. Let's hear what Trident has to say about this seed. Hello, Trident. GG's.
Hello. Wow.
I hear a little sadness in the voice.
Yeah. I was kind of disappointed right from the very beginning, and then just like I had the usual playbook, and I just kind of felt like I threw it out in the first 5 minutes, and then I just tried to do like the most crazy stuff to try and get an edge somewhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, the I guess the escape with the bombs was a little rough, but I will say it looked like for us you didn't seem tilted. Your execution on bosses were great. Once you got the boots, there wasn't a ton of bonks. So on our end, we couldn't. It didn't occur to us that you were, playing desperate, as it were.
Well, I think the biggest mistake that I made was I had an option between pod and ice, because it takes so long to get to the east end there without the hammer. So I was like, well, let's just pick one, and then that's where we'll go. And I figured Valu would probably take the more I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. This seed was bad.
Yeah, totally get that.
Yeah, and he totally did take the more item dense option of Palace of Darkness.
Yeah,
but-
so that's what I figured. So then I was like, okay, well, let's go into ice and see if there's something there. But everything was in pod, so
yeah, just I guess unlucky with the randomizer.
mm-hmm.
It was a bold move, and honestly, at that point, that's what it was. It was like, where do you go, pod or ice, for both of you guys? And I would say, he went into pod maybe like 30 seconds or a minute or something, right when you went over to ice, and that kind of metagaming aspect came into play. Vulajin was talking about that earlier. He was saying he played a little more thorough and checked some locations because of what he knew about your gameplay and style.
So had I
It's really fascinating.
so had I gone to pod, would it have been close?
Yeah, it would have been very close. So just to give a quick recap of, I guess, some deviations that happened. You got flippers and therefore hookshot super early. Led you on that whole Dark Mountain roading, which
Right.
got you the mirror. But that kind of put you ahead because Vulajin definitely struggled to find the flippers. Even
Dang.
going into desert and then forgetting to check Agana. So it was close. It was close. It really did come down to that play. So at that point, Alu and I were sitting here unsure of what was going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah. That seems to happen a lot in my seeds. I get off to, or I make some like good decisions, but then there's like one thing that just sets me back a lot of time. Yeah. I thought this seed was like really annoying. Like I was really upset that that I didn't get a sword for like the longest time. And I'm also really used to having the hammer early. So I tried to go to all these places, and then I realized like you can't go there because you don't have the hammer. Like I wanted to do the boss in ice for the green pendant, and then realized I didn't have the hammer, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna go make the Turtle Rock play, and then realized, oh, you need the hammer for that too.
Yeah,
So, yeah, it threw me a little bit.
totally get that. And I think it said in your player bio that you've really only been playing on and off for a few months.
Yeah, I don't play very much at all, but
Totally. So that, I mean,
yeah.
I can guarantee you that has happened to, when you first start out, there's a lot to remember. So I wouldn't be too discouraged by that. We've all done that. I know I've watched Alucard make some plays like that. I think Alucard has watched me do that. Yeah, so I wouldn't be too discouraged by that. It happens. And, I don't think you'll forget it again after today, right?
Well, I mean, I've made those mistakes before, but I think you just need to like play a lot and play consistently, and that's just like I don't do that. Like I play this very casually at the moment, so there's some things that I should know because I've made those mistakes before, but because I'm not consistently playing it, or because I've had a string of seeds where I guess they're kind of similar, so that when I get a really different seed that I'm not used to, then it really throws off my game. And that's just, I just need to play more seeds. I need to practice more, and that's all it is.
Yeah, there's some, even having played Randomizer for a couple years now myself, I still see new crazy things happen in this game all the time, and especially through this tournament. So I don't blame you. Like these seeds can be really tricky and tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh well. This is I'm totally fine with like everything that's that's been going on in the tournament so far. My goal was to just win one game, and I did that. So I'm just having fun. It's all good.
Glad
And
to
that's
hear
the
that.
that's the important thing is, you know, there's no cash prize or anything like that. It's just to have fun. We're just all rando lovers and we're just having a good time.
Yeah, and personal improvement. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, you've already doubled your expectations. And
This is
there's
true.
still more tournament to go.
Yeah, yeah. I'm having so much fun.
That's good. Definitely glad to hear that. You are not eliminated yet, officially. There's still a chance. Go. You have to win out, and get up to a record of 4-3. But it's totally possible, right?
Yep, it is possible. I'm just gonna, keep playing my best and try to mitigate the dumb mistakes, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Again, that's a great attitude to have. Just definitely have fun with it and try and keep improving. It was a great race to watch, so thank you for that. Definitely
you.
put on a show. Yeah. I guess, Alucard, do you have any more questions before?
No, just good luck and great race. Like you still made some great plays in this race. Like getting the flippers that led to hook shot and all that stuff was huge. That was a big deal. And so you can hold that over Vulajin for a while.
Awesome.
So yeah, I guess any final comments on your end before we wrap up? Anything else you want to say?
Not really. Just thanks for watching. Thanks for commentating. Thanks to Valu. Yeah, it was a great race. I had a lot of fun. So thank you.
All right, and thank you for such a fantastic race, Vulajin and tridenttail, with an awesome race here. It's been a pleasure to commentate this. Major thanks again to Jex Refi for doing all the behind-the-scenes work on the restream and B- with the tracking. And I will leave Felix with the final word.
Just want to say thank you to everyone for watching, and it was a great race, and have a good night, everyone. Go watch more Rando on Speed Gaming.